Welcome to the Sk8LikeYou podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Sk8LikeYou podcast, Sk8LikeYou.com. I am here with the one and only Josh. And am I saying it right? Karejwa? Am I saying it right?
I think they're all right. No, I've heard it so many different ways, but it's Karejwa.
Karejwa.
Yeah.
And I've actually probably even clarified that with you before, but and just never remember.
No, multiple people.
Karejwa the second, because I see that's in there a lot too.
Yeah. Male reasons.
I get my name hacked up all the time as well.
Like, I know.
Vashon is like Smith in New England, but around in Pennsylvania, it's like exotic or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Which is really, yeah. So, all right, man. You know what I didn't realize until very, very recently? Is that your little brother that's skating with you and stuff on the team and everything?
Yeah. On the, with the darker hair. That's my younger brother, yeah.
How old is he?
He's 21. Yeah, I think he just turned 21. Yeah, he'll be 22 next year.
God, you guys look like you're 17 and 14 or something.
Dude.
I'm sorry, but
no, it's definitely the younger people. They this generation, like, no matter how much older they are, they still look younger. I mean, that's really all of us, I think.
I think it kind of started with my generation, like refusing to grow up. Like, because I don't, and maybe it's delusion, but I don't see myself looking like the 40-year-olds that I knew when I was younger. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't see you. I didn't see you as 40 either before. No, I literally thought it was mid-30s.
Even older than that. Yeah.
No, yeah. 100%.
I appreciate that.
Always, yeah. No, yeah. Of course.
So, man, so there's a lot we're going to get into with skate society, and we're going to talk about, shuffle competitions and all that kind of stuff. But the first thing, man, that I ask everybody, or the one question I do ask everyone is, do you remember the first time that you skated?
So I do have a memory, but I don't know if it was my actual first time, but of course I have like my first remembrance. But it was like at my home rink, and it was with my stepdad and one of his friends. It's so vague. Like I wish I had it in detail, but all I remember is them two going backwards and just like my hands like reaching up, like trying to like hold on and go forward, like learning to go forward. And like every single time, I mean, this might be everybody when they skate, but like your leg is always just open automatically. Like you can't bring them back in. It was just a constant struggle, and I was like trying to figure out how to keep them together. But no, like again, it's so small, but I do remember that. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. I remember, I don't necessarily remember learning, but I do remember like the one thing I really struggled with. Like it's the first memory I have, or the only memory I have of like when I really first struggled with something, and that was, I could only go backwards, like, and cross over the opposite direction. And anytime that if I were to try and go backwards in the regular direction, my legs would just like go into this split mode and in the turns. It was just the most ridiculous. I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm goofy foot on a skateboard. You know what I mean? Like I just did opposite better. But yeah, it's interesting. So wait, now you said, who was that you were reaching out to? Who did you say?
That was my stepdad initially. He got me into skating for sure. My roller skating journey.
So there are people in your family that skated.
Oh yeah, I think my mom skates too. My stepdad, all my siblings skate, but not like hardcore like you see me out there. But they all can shuffle, move out there, go fast, all those good things, backwards, stuff like that.
So, you have that kind of early memory. You're not really sure what it was. It's kind of vague, but like, at what point does skating kind of become like a regular thing for you?
So, of course, in like elementary school, it's just like an activity to do, but I'm not thinking of it as like, oh my God, this is, my all in all, this is my end. This is my career right here. But it was more of just like wow, this is a fun thing to do. I mean, like, I can't wait to get out of school and go roller skating, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just like an elementary level, just go there, have fun, whatever. But I wasn't like trying to skate or trying to be good. Like, it was just a place that wasn't home. It wasn't, the neighborhood. It was just like, wow, this is a cool place. And then middle school is where, I mean, I'm still going like just here and there, but not like crazy, crazy. And even then, it's still just not like going to skate. But I mean, like, all my friends are there. The friends from like the rival schools are there. Like, everybody's there. Like, people that I don't get to meet, regularly. So it's just fun to be there. Good music, all the good stuff. And then high school, same exact thing. We could honestly just skip past that. But right after I graduated, I was going there like super hardcore. I don't know what it was, but rentals still, didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't make it a lap without falling. I weighed so much more. So I was looking at something for like, exercise wise. But no, I don't know what it was. I told the manager there, I was like, hey, I would love to, just work here. Like, just out of, not like, oh my God, I want this to, be my career or anything, but like, let me just work here. That's fun. I like coming here. And every single day I was going, working there, trying new things. And like, and I think I just didn't realize I was like falling in love with it. Mm-hmm. But I had just started going every single day and never realized that I was losing weight also. So I was just working and losing weight. And I was like, I'm not like paying attention to myself, but I look in the mirror one day and I'm like, oh my goodness, weigh myself and it's significantly less. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, of course it's, the skating. And I'm like, I think it just like dawned on me. I was like, okay, this is clearly something I love to do. I love doing it. And, I mean, that whole time that I was going when I was growing up, it wasn't like I don't like skating, but it wasn't like a passion, love kind of thing. But I think after high school, I was like, okay, this is definitely like, it clicked. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Cause like I looked at like other career paths, video editing, camera work, all kinds of digital, design, all that kind of stuff. And I am interested in that. And I still use that stuff, for this, but I couldn't find that core of like path of like, what am I supposed to do when I grow up? And, I feel like this is it. Like it feels like I have that solidified kind of, so I'm on the path now.
So a couple things. One is, so everyone's hearing you say, the rink that you first went to, the home rink, this rink that you grew up at, worked at. But what is that rink? What rink specifically are you talking about?
The rink is Fort Skate Family Fun Center in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
And it's like kind of like that. It's almost like it's like a white, almost blue floor. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, they have a newer floor now. It's white and green, but back in the day, and since even the farthest I could remember, it's been a blue and white floor. Blue on the outside, white on the inside. And I miss that floor to this day.
So let me ask. Because you had mentioned, and we actually had some conversation about this the first time we ever met, give people some clarity. The first time I ever met Josh was at Rob McGarrigle's house because we were both crashing there for a USA Shuffle event on Rob's, shout out Rob McGarrigle. His amazing air mattresses that he has for guests. But you had mentioned but the rink anyway, it's not like the skating thing's not a passion growing up. It's a social kind of thing.
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty hopping place in your area among,
100%.
younger people. But you start working there, you start doing this, and you said you noticed like weight dropping off. Did you have a weight thing like throughout your childhood? Was that something you kind of always struggled with?
No, so elementary and middle school, it just didn't exist. Like I hate using the term regular or normal, but I mean, I was just at like a healthy kind of normal-ish weight, and it didn't even happen until probably past 10th grade because I don't want to use it as an excuse, but I broke my leg uh, at a trampoline park, and it had just like stunted me going skating and any kind of physical activity. And I mean, I definitely went down the path of just becoming larger, of course. But it was just all a high school thing. Like it was just such a tiny moment. If like high school is like 4 years, but it feels like it's such a sliver because I was just like nothing, and then and then now I'm back to, it's just like a thought almost.
But that was the one thing that you had told me about. And because when you say you broke your leg, I mean, did you really broke your leg though, right? I mean, you like tell people, because the conversation that I remember is like you kind of destroyed your leg, not just
No,
broke
yeah, I
it.
shattered that thing. So I was at a trampoline park over here in Fort Walton. It's called Surge, but they have like these angled walls, like 45-degree angle walls, and they just have a full wall of trampolines. And then they have this like ocean section of just, all trampolines instead of the ground. And I would just go from one to the next to the next to the wall, and then come back and come back and come back. And that was just the whole thing that all kids were doing there. It was just something to do. And this was definitely at my bigger moments. I was probably like 270, 280 around this time.
Okay.
Yeah, way
Been
up there.
Been there.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I just hit this wall, this angled wall, too close to the top. And like no exaggeration, I'm talking like 25, 30 feet in the air off of the ramp. But I'm coming down on a trampoline. That's what makes it even more questionable. Like I'm coming down perfectly in the right space of the trampoline. Maybe I didn't land perfectly, but of course I'm adding the weight factor in there, and the trampoline's not just going to flex all the way, of course. So it just like, I guess it hit its maximum, and just as soon as I went all the way down, my right leg, shin and calf bone, just clean in half. Probably the loudest sound I ever heard in my whole life. I can't
really?
even.
Oh yeah.
I can't even. I didn't even know what it was. Like I didn't even think I broke my leg because I was just like, what was that? But then I like got like one little bounce after that, and luckily I think my instincts kicked in, and I like shot my bottom half of my body in front of me. And I'm like sitting there, and I like try to move my right leg, and it just looks like I have another knee, like just because my leg just stays there when I try to move it. And I was like, ooh.
You just added a joint or something like, oh, you just totally like turn.
Yeah, it was disgusting. But they ended up calling all the ambulance, whatever. I was yelling for help. Both of my cousins were there at the time, and they were like much younger, and they were freaking out, bro. They were losing.
It's shocking to see.
It is. It
like,
is.
It's shocking for you to see, like having it happen to you, and then and then other people to see. What was it 100%. Compound at all? Did anything like? You didn't break skin or anything, did it?
No. So, well, yeah. I didn't know that until the paramedics came, but because it was on the underside of my leg that was laying down, and they went to lift it up, and I was bleeding, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then, but there was no bone sticking out or anything, and they were like, it looks like it popped out and came back in, and I was like,
yeah,
I was like, oh, that's disgusting. But like, it was so thick, and there was so much coming out, and I was just. Details, maybe TMI, but like, no, it was awful. It was awful.
So now this has got to be repaired surgically, I'm assuming.
100%.
Yeah. Do you still have hardware in there now?
Yeah, that actually, again, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but it taints me to this day. Like even me trying some of our crazier or newer stuff that we try, or just an extensive amount of time, on it or skating, it hurts. I only have so much that I can do. So
Yeah.
I have to stop at some point. And I don't even know if getting it removed fixes that or not, because I don't even want to just chance it and then be out of skating and then have to come back skating and then relearn everything, get back into the groove. And then it potentially just, still be hurting. So I don't know. But yeah, it definitely is still in there. 100%.
What is in there? What do you got going on?
I wish I knew the
Plate,
exact, because
screws?
I only seen an X-ray, but they only did the shin bone and they just wrapped, I think, a titanium plate around the front and then drilled into the side. But then the calf bone, they just let hang there the whole time, my whole healing process. Like, they didn't even touch it. So it's, I don't even have confirmation if it's, settled, but they said it's fused, whatever. But I mean, I'm walking fine. Regular walking, running is no issues or anything. But
And how long ago was that? That was how many years ago?
I want to say that was 2019. I was probably 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. And man, trust me when I tell you that I understand that sound that you hear, that because the reason that it's so loud is because it happens inside your head. It feels like, you know what I mean?
That literally.
Yeah, it happens inside your brain. Because I can tell you when I was a kid, it was the summer before I was going into 5th grade. Okay, here's another gory story for everybody. We got a little time. I was at my uncle's and my aunt's house, and we were jumping off the slide. They had an in-ground pool. We're jumping off the slide, and not to be outdone, I'm like, oh man, we got to level up here. We got to step this up a little bit. So I go up to the deck, and so now we're at 2nd story, and now I got to get on top, but I have to get on top of the railing and just balance on so that's another 3 feet. So figure like the peak of the average 2-story house. That's basically where I'm standing, right?
Yeah.
So I have no way it's not like I can get a running start, right? I just have to jump as hard and as high as I can and as far out to ensure that I make it into the pool. So I do it, and let me tell you, man, there's no worse feeling than being like midair and just knowing like I'm not going to make it. Like I'm not going to make it. Just cause like, if this is the pool, right? Like here, basically these are my legs. I land right at the edge, like standing up straight, right on the concrete. And then I fell in. It's probably a good thing I didn't go in, because probably if I would have made it, I would have barely made it. Probably would have smacked the back of my head, off the edge of the pool. But what happened is I cracked the back half of my heel off, right? Dislocated my knee, like a whole bunch of other stuff, right? So now it was me and my cousin Kevin that were in the pool, and and what's interesting is I fell in, and like I'm kind of floating, but he's dragging me over. I don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't really know. I heard that pop though. I know that sound, that crack. Mm-hmm. And so he takes me over to the stairs and like literally kind of carries me out. I try and step down. My knee completely collapses. You hear this crunch. And so
that's nasty.
I was like, don't tell Gail that I jumped off the deck. I was like, you can't, don't, yeah, that's what I'm freaking. So my thing was, I just was like, tell him I was running and I slipped and like came down and then smacked, because I knew it was my heel. I knew it was my heel. My knee. What's funny is my knee popped back into place without me even doing anything. It's just when I fell. And so I don't even end up going to the hospital for like 2 days. Right? Because everyone thinks I just sprained something or whatever. And I'm dragging myself around my house like I fell out of a wheelchair. So they take me they take me to this hospital, take me to Frisbee in New Hampshire. And I tell the doctor, I'm there with my mom. they pull like these MRIs and X-rays and everything, and he's like, "You mind if I talk to your son real quick?" Hello. This
Right.
dude is like the assistant team doctor for the New England Patriots at the time. Okay.
Bro.
And he's like, look, he's like, what did you do? He's like, because this is an NFL injury. He's like, you did not slip and fall. He's like, the amount of trauma he's like, you blasted your heel apart.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story long. I ended up telling him, and I just said, please just promise you won't ever tell my mom. So it was like, that was something I ended up eventually telling like years later, kind of like one of those, oh yeah, I broke the lamp kind of things.
Yeah. Where you can't get grounded.
So it was, yeah. Kind of. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was lucky I didn't need surgery for it. I mean, there's not much they could have done. They just had to put it back and see what happened. But dude, that sound.
I'm cringing at the sound, at the thought of it. I can't.
So did you have that for a little while? And we'll get off of this, but did you have that? I had another injury a few years back where I took the tip of my thumb off on a table saw, and replaying that in my brain. Did you have that for a little while? Like, I hate to use the term PTSD because I know it's not to that level, but it's right. minor form of it that you have where you relive the shit in your head. Did you have that at all?
Yeah. And I couldn't even explain it as exactly that, but it was more of just like, I can't believe this thing happened to me. So the moment was replaying over and over again, like hearing the sound, it all happening. I was like, there's like really trying to actualize that it was really happening or that it did happen. But yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. When you see your body do things that it's not supposed to do, it's traumatizing. Dude.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
My leg 100%. Isn't supposed to go that way.
No.
So, all right, man. So you RoboCop the leg, you heal up, you're working at this rink. What are you doing at like working at the rink? Like when you first start, like what's the first thing you're doing?
I was floor guard. I was probably floor guard for a year or two straight, like just regular floor guard. The main one, I'd say probably for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But that was it. I like dabbled into DJing and trying to mix and just understand what that whole world was about. But I really got into it after. But no, at the rink, I was mainly just a floor guard, hanging out, helping kids, whatever. Yeah,
I always make a distinction, especially because I DJ'd for years outside of rinks. But so it's so funny though that like when I worked at my rink, I always have to make the distinction of like I played music at my rink. I never really DJ'd. I played music. You know what I mean? I didn't learn how to DJ at a rink at all. That was me. It's funny. It's how, you know, and that's kind of how Maine is though. They just play music. No one's mixing for the most part.
Right.
But so who are like the regulars at like who do we know? Who are the names that people know or the people that we see at these events at your rink when you start going there or when you start working there, let's say?
Like maybe people me and you would know that go to our rink. Not too many, but you might know David Hood Skate for sure. He's probably one of the main ones. And JC Patterson for sure.
Okay.
He's do a 360 camera. He's like our skate takes.
Okay.
But no. Yeah, we love him. That's really it out of like event people, like actual like skaters like that are like just super deep into the love of the game. We don't really have too many over at Fort Skate. But I think the small potency that we do have is very potent. So it's like dense. But the volume is not too much, if you get what I mean.
100%. Totally get it.
Yeah.
So for you, when does this, I mean, you notice that you're able to associate like, wow, man, this is really helping me out physically. You know, it helps me drop weight and all this kind of stuff. But like, when does it kind of cross over in like this passion thing where you kind of, I don't know. I don't know what comes first. Is it an online presence for you first? Is it skate society? Like what just what is that process like that kind of evolved into Josh being the guy that I would see at Rob McGarrigle's house? You know what I mean? Like, when did that whole thing start?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think if we're taking really, really baby steps, is definitely after my time like working at the rink. I like wanted more time to be able to go to other rinks, and not for the purpose of like, let me just be famous or whatever, but
Right.
like, let me just check out these rinks. Like I only have Fort Skate, where I'm at. Other rinks, there's a few around me, but like that's almost still home. So I want to like super explore. And as I was, I would take videos, I would post them, and they do numbers. And I was like, if I want skating, to be a career, if I want to do what I love as my job, I think, social media is probably the closest route or pathway to it with roller skating, at least. So I kind of just went full force with uploading, try to get myself kind of consistent as a name on all platforms first. Again, the goal wasn't just be famous. I was really just going skating, going to different places, finding out about these events because I was going to these places. Like I had no idea. I didn't know events existed. I didn't know shuffle skating or roller skating was big like this at all. Like I had no clue. Like I thought every other rink was literally like my home rink, but I was still excited to see that because it wasn't my home rink. It was something new. It was something fresh. And then just meeting all these people, just more connections happened. Like it almost just feels exponential. Like it feels like at one point I was just, going to Dreamland an hour away from my rink, checking it out. And then the next thing I'm, at Memorial Day weekend, I'm at USA Skates, I'm at Labor Day weekend, I'm competing. Like this is all happening within like 1 to 2 to 3 years. Like it feels like it's no time has passed. Mm-hmm. So it was almost like an instantaneous bang. And then meeting like real goats, I want to say, like, Rob, you, Skate Takes, Laura, Rachel, people like that. Like those kind of pillars of people just spread out like a spider web to other people. And it's just like you learn so much so fast, and you just commute, like you connect with people so fast. And if it really is a love for the game, like with everybody else that's, genuine about skating, that's really what they want to do. You can tell. And that vibe, that energy just bang, like it's something you don't have to really work towards or be fake to find out about that person. So those connections just so quick, so fast, so many of them.
What was the first event you went to?
I tell you the first actual event, because I've been to like summer send off. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like Dreamland's summer events. But I don't know if I would consider that. Yeah. I don't know if I would consider that an event or anything. But I think my first one was Heartbreak Skate this year. Like literally this year. So not even that long ago.
And were you competing at Heartbreak?
No, I didn't even know they had a competition. Like I didn't even know what Heartbreak was. Like I was just going because I got sent a poster and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks dope. I want to go. And I just imagined there'd be like a shuffle skating session or whatever. It was more jam oriented, but yeah, I found out there was jam competitions, shuffle competitions, whatever. And it was exciting to watch that. And I think that's where I initially met the Bont team and the Orlando Elites team and all that, like in person. So I got real close with all those people as well.
So when does Skate Society like become a thing? Like when do you first have the idea? What inspired the idea? Kind of what was the whole thing behind it? And what just that whole process?
Yeah, that's a good question. So before I was doing events and stuff or going out or even posting, before I was even posting on social media. Going to other rinks and stuff, like I would see other groups, not like the rink. Like the rink would have merch. Like it'd be like, Skater's Choice Dreamland, Pensacola,
Right.
Florida. Just the simple stuff. But then there would be groups or people there, like teams, not like an official team, but like just, groups of people that, get together and make something that have their own clothing styles, or I don't even know how to explain it, like a skate group almost. And
Yep.
I'd be like, that's super dope. Fort Skate doesn't have anything like that. Let me try. And this is before Skate Society. I had a whole different line of stuff that I wasn't, again, not trying to make it sold everywhere. It was just like, this is our little community. This is our little area code. All the, skaters here that want to have something to, be included in, let me offer that. Because again, it just didn't exist. I thought that was cool. And so it had our little, our area code on the back. Oh, excuse me. Our area code on the back. And just, it was fun. Like, kids there would have it. Regulars would get it for their kids. It was just simple. And then I was like, I don't know what I was doing, but there was just something in me that was just like, something can be made where it's not region specific, like almost vanilla Rydell level, where it's still skate clothing, but it's just not, for only this group or for only this area. And I mean, when you look at the regular Skate Society logo, I mean, it's got a skateboard, rollerblades, ice skates. It's all kinds of skating. So not only are we including everybody in anything, it's just all different kinds of skating. So like I really wanted to reach as many people as possible to all be included. And it's just not for, these people, or it's not for these people. Anybody who likes whatever kind of skating you like is involved and can be involved. It's really just a whole level of skating. It's like, instead of Skate Society, it's like community, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the double S makes a little nicer to say. But yeah, I think you get what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. So Skate Society has merch. That drops like officially. When would you say? Like, when is it a thing that like? At what point is it a thing where people can go and buy a shirt or something?
I want to say probably like a year and a half ago, or yeah, I think it was November last year when it like dropped. Like I announced it and I was like, hey, we're doing all this. Where because like we were like selling it and testing it and making it before it was announced and before there was a website, like just to like see if this was like a thing, like we'd get something going. And we're like, okay, I think we got something here. Website, let's make it pretty, let's get it out to people, whatever, let's advertise. That was probably November last year, if my memory is right. I actually don't know, but that's when it was publicly available.
Gotcha. And you actually, I think I just saw something. You guys kind of revamped the site a little bit, right? Is that right?
No, yeah, today.
Yeah, today. Okay.
Yeah, literally
okay,
today.
So, okay. Okay. So, yeah. Whatever. I just saw the post and I was like, I got to go check that out. I just haven't yet. So yeah. What were the changes? What have you been doing?
So we got just like a website general refresh, colors, logos, pictures, all that kind of stuff. Add a bunch of stuff to there. Especially since it's, November, December, Christmas stuff is on there now too. So if you're watching, buy 2, get 1 free. Shameless plug.
Oh, man.
But
it's all good. And tell everybody what the URL, what's the web address? Tell everybody.
No caps, no spaces, skatesocietymerch.com.
Skatesocietymerch.com. Okay.
But on there, I think the main piece is, I think we were talking about it earlier, the Shuffle Down O-Town story is I have like a dedicated page where everybody that like didn't go and like wanted to go, they could see pictures from there and our whole story of when we went, how it went, day 1, day 2, day 3, just the whole spiel on Shuffle Down O-Town, if for all those that didn't get to go. Go check it out.
So the merch, but about like how often would you say are you kind of like switching up designs or adding a design or like adding something new to the mix?
Really good question. Not as often as I would like.
Same
But
here.
yeah, not as often as I would like. And there is stuff in the chamber for sure, like just waiting for time, I guess. But I'd probably say once every couple months there's a new design or a new collection or something else that skaters can look at or dive in or see if they want to add to their skate wardrobe.
So I don't know if you ever heard me kind of talk my shit on this thing, but like the impetus or like for Skate Like You really started like with based on shirts, because the same exact thing you're saying, right? Like I would see people like with their crew shirts, right? And they were always very regional, but I remember thinking, and I've said this a million times, so I'm not going to hurt anyone's feelings real bad, but I remember like, I just remember looking and being like, dude, like these shirts look like, I don't know, like if you ever had like that thing where if you were at Disney World and you saw a family all together with like they're all matching shirt that they made on Etsy together. It just looks so it looks so corny to me. They look, and I just was like, well, like I'd like to have a shirt that's the other thing is I'll if I'm skating somewhere, especially an event, man, I'll sweat through 2 or 3 shirts in a session. So like I'm changing them constantly. And I just was like, but I mean, like, okay, like I was in OG skate crew and whatever and everything. And I just was like, but I want to like my hope is like, if I saw a shirt like at a store, right? Like even if it had nothing to do with skating, just the overall design of it, like would I want to rock that? Would I buy that? Like that was my thinking about it. Right. And so, yeah, it was just that. And I was literally like, okay, well, I need something like to put here. I need like an extra phrase or something to balance out the imagery on this. And Skate Like You was a thing. And I just threw it on there. And then it was funny because I started getting messages from people, right? Like they'd be like, hey, how do I get that shirt? I'm like, well, you don't. This is for me. This is what I wear. Right. And then what I had to do is this is like a couple months. I kept getting messages. And then I got this one message from somebody, Cindy Lusky, actually. She's like really, really responsible for a lot of this. She just was like kind of adamant about, because I had like, at this point, I had like this canned response. I'd be like, well, you don't get it. Like, this is just something that I wear. It's just, I just like the shirt. I just made a couple for myself kind of thing. Right, she just kind of pressed me. She was pressing me. She was like, no, I think you should, da, 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 da. And so then I go back and I look at all the messages over the last 2 months and I'm like, well, this is way more than I thought. Right. So like with that, honestly, that's all it was. It was like, for me, it just was like, what do I want to wear kind of thing. And when I met you at Rob's place and you had some with you, I'm looking at like, and that was the first thing that I thought, because I got one of those navy blue ones from you. And I was like, this is a cool ass shirt. Like, this is just a cool shirt. It's a shirt, whether or not it's a skate shirt or not, I'll throw this on and just go do my thing. Right. No matter what, like, I'm not wearing it to a formal dinner, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. Casual. I think the designs are, they're always dope, man. I think you do a good job. I
appreciate that. Yeah. I almost had a similar philosophy now that you had brung that up. Like, I had no experience, designing shirts, making shirts, anything like that. So I didn't even know what all that entailed. So of course I looked at inspiration, but I took to myself, like, as a skater, as this is something skating related, would I wear that shirt? Like, is this something that I would go out of my way and be like, oh wow, let me purchase this shirt? And like, to this day, like, I don't want to make something or sell something that I personally wouldn't like, go grab. Like that's pointless. So that all the Skate Society stuff that you see on there has that philosophy in it.
It's Joshua approved.
100%. 100%.
All right, man. So, okay. So Skate Society's up and running, man. You know, you're kind of, you're in the event scene. Have you noticed at all, through kind of this, and maybe not just through you, but maybe through like you and a couple other people at that rink, have you noticed that an ability to kind of increase visibility, you know what I mean, for your rink in that area for skating, you know, beyond what it was probably when, you know, you were younger or something? And is that a goal? Is that something you want to do?
One more time.
And is that like something that that you want to do? You do want to create like more visibility for, you know, your local rink in your area and all that kind of stuff?
So that's a really good question. As all that stuff was happening, as it's been happening, I was never really thinking like, you know, wow, my home rink is going to be famous now. Mm-hmm. Again, because I just didn't even really think that was the case for me. Right. So like as it's happening, I think definitely towards the later end, like now end, probably like the last like 5-6 months, I kind of realized that that is possible. And I don't want to be just like claiming that, you know, they're busy because of me, or, you know, I'm bringing in all of this. But if that is the case, not that I want, you know, credit for it, but like I literally just want so many people at the rink. Like whether it is new skaters or old skaters, if we can have a big event at our rink, it's big. Like the very few adult nights that we've had there have been absolutely ridiculous. Like almost like past events that I've been to recently. Like our first adult night, it was DJ Jams. Like there was a line out of the door nearly a mile long, it seemed like to come in, and it was so slammed. It was so good. And it was ran well. It might have been a little chaotic, but it was a good event. And I know that building can run events, and I know the people can run events. I'm just not too sure on their motives or intentions. But if that is something that they want to do, I am more than willing, more than welcoming to be like, hey, if you guys want help, again, not offering it, but if you do want help, I'm, you know, glad to help you guys put something together or anything like that. But I don't think we've really connected on that end too much yet, but I'm sure this video may change that. I don't know.
But you're definitely open to going and being like, hey man, a skate society event, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today event or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super open to that.
Yeah. I can tell you that, you know, I had this thought in my mind for a while, you know what I mean? And I would help out with events around the Philly area and stuff. And I got to learn a lot just by watching kind of from the sidelines, you know? Learning about like, you know, and look, learning about kind of what I would want and what I wouldn't want, and not as a knock to anything. It has nothing to do with that, but just like being able to see kind of like some of the pitfalls or some of the sticking points or the harder things that you have to deal with. So like, I was like adamant about like, the first thing is, man, like I'm just, cause you can tell too, and this isn't anything about local events here or anything. I'm just, my experience across all events, there is a definite thing that you can feel like, you know, when you go to an event, you can tell like the rink, right? The people that own this spot, they wanted this. They were just as enthusiastic about like the promotional team that put it together, right? Like the skaters that put it together. But you can also tell when it's
the other way around.
Was really behind, you know what I mean? That they kind of
1,000,000%.
Yeah. And so that was my thing. I was like, I don't want to be in that position where I'm like begging, you know what I mean? Like if And so I was like, because people kept coming like, you should do an event. And I'm like, oh, when the right thing comes around and the right, you know what I mean? Sure.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know enough either to just go be doing it myself. And luckily, like the right people wanted to do it. And it was, I tell you what, I've had a few really, really, really good, like personal internal payoffs doing this skating thing. Let me tell you, man, if you go like, and you build something like that, especially at a place maybe that hasn't had that experience yet. Right. And for people in that area that haven't had that kind of experience at their own place, and you like, if you can play a hand and kind of lighting a place up like that, and like, dude, the feeling that you get just standing there and watching it's like no other, man. It's probably one of the best things I've ever been a part of, just in life, never mind skating. Yeah. So if it's something you're thinking about and you got the right people in the right place, man, I would say, rock with it, dude. You know what I mean? But
hearing your side of it, because like I know you had that event go down, and I mean, just hearing that backstory, it even gets me excited having a potential like that. So it is something that I'm passionate about. It is something I would like to be a part of for sure, because I mean, whether it's because of me or not, I mean, just something like that for all of those people is wholesome, exciting, fun, nevertheless.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those are the best moments of my weekend. The first best moment was like pulling in and seeing like the parking lot flooded, like they were making car spaces in the grass, like in just I'd never seen so many vehicles. So that was just like, so okay, like because I was sweating that, right? But then the other thing was just locals coming up to me, people that skated that rink like their whole life, and being like, we haven't seen this place this lit in years. Like,
wow.
You know what I mean? Thank you. Like that shit was like, yes, like, yes.
Breath of fresh air. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. It was amazing. It was amazing.
That's so dope. So
I hope everybody has a chance to, have a feeling like that. Yeah, for real. So, okay, 100%. let me ask, so you're doing your thing and, you're traveling around now. I'm assuming that you had seen some competitions prior to having the idea of wanting to get into it. So like, did you like attend a competition? Did you just see stuff online and then kind of get inspired? Like what happened that basically had you say, you know what, I want in on this. I want to try this out.
Crazy enough, I did not have one competitive, feeling like that I wanted to or thought of it. Like it just wasn't even in the cards, wasn't even the question at all. And when Shuffle Down O-Town 3 happened, again, I didn't even know it happened. Like it just happened. I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware. I wasn't even in the world. So my buddy called me. His name's Leon. We call him Miami. He's the GOAT. He called me and he was like, yo, Shuffle Down O-Town 3 just happened. You and your boys need to get ready and go next year because, I mean, it was a crazy event, whatever. He was like, y'all need to get Skate Society together and just have a team go out there and, whoop some butt. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. And he was like, it's a shovel skating competition every year on Thanksgiving. And I was like, on Thanksgiving? He's like, yeah, it's on Thanksgiving. I go every year. And I was like, let me see. And I was still like off put by that. Like I didn't want to compete. Like I just didn't have a reason. Like I just liked skating. It was fun, whatever. I like traveling to skate. But I think it was because inside I was like thinking of it as a competitive aspect, as in like me versus this person, me versus this person, me versus this person. And then I had went to Heartbreak Skate where multiple teams that competed at that event that he was talking about were there. So I got to watch them compete and I didn't even know that was going to happen. So like I kind of got a tiny feel for what did happen. And I was like, oh, I'm meeting the people that I would basically be competing against. And these people are way more than welcoming. They're wholesome. They're like, it's all for the love of the game. There was basically no drama, at that point. So I was like, you know what? It's not this competitive aspect. Like, these people are just, having fun, doing their thing. And they're just basically putting their styles out there just for everybody to see. It's not a me versus this person thing. And I was like, I think I really loved that aspect of it. So I was like, you know what? I'll pull the trigger on getting a team together, and we'll practice till then. And we went.
So for you, it was more like your first apprehension was kind of like, look, I'm not trying to like get in like all like this serious competition, but but what you were able to see though is, even though that there is it is a competition, it's more based on just skaters from everywhere coming together, kind of showing like there's more camaraderie than there is competition, basically. Is what I'm catching from you.
Yeah, and I was not expecting that. So it was way more enticing, because I was like, okay, I'm not really the confrontational type. I don't need to have any kind of negative experience for any reason. And when those people that I'm going against are like, hey, you're dope, we're dope, we love skating with you, whatever, we'll all get videos together. I'm like, why not? There's nothing hurting going out there, throwing it out there, showing what you got, for sure.
So did you kind of have, like, in your mind, did you immediately know, like, okay, it's going to be me, this person kind of thing? Or
yeah, like I definitely had a favorite 3 other people. But the initial team that I picked actually, had Thanksgiving plans. So they're not able to do it. Like, even if I gave them a year in advance of time, like it's just not really possible. So we ended up with a 3-person team, just me and 2 other people. And they were able to work around Thanksgiving and practice when we could. So it ended up working out not too bad, actually. But it wasn't the initial team.
Right. How far in advance did like you got, like, did that the team that you went to showdown in O-Town with, how far in advance did you guys kind of like know, okay, we're doing this? And then, like, what was let's just answer that question first, I guess.
Well, I knew that I was going to compete almost a full year away. So probably like 10 months away. But the people that actually ended up going with me is definitely less. I don't know the exact number, but I would probably say half the time. The one other teammate, he definitely has more time than the other, but they each probably less than a year, for sure. Probably 6 to 10 months for each of them.
So were you guys like really focused on practicing? Like, is this like a thing that you're doing once a week, or like, are you planning routines? Are you figuring all that out?
No, yeah, we definitely practice a crazy amount, multiple times a week. We made our work schedules work around the times we should be going and skating. Like, that was way more important to us. Like, let's get days off here, here, and here, so we can all have time to go here, here, and here. Regular skating sessions at our rink. But shout out to Fun Zone Skate Center and Miss Deborah, but they let us use their skating rink in their off hours, which is a much closer size to the Astro rink. So for sizing, spacing, all that kind of stuff, it's, way easier to just go practice over there. And it's empty. We can pick whatever song we want, whenever we want. It's big thank you to them. But no, we had multiple days out of the week for months before the event that we were going, practicing routines. We have, like, for the finals, we have, it's 2 minutes, and we have had a whole set planned, like one whole set. Like, yes, there's multiple routines, but we were practicing it as one thing instead of, let's do this routine here, let's do this routine here. Like literally just one performance basically. But
Right.
you got to make it to the finals first, I guess.
That's the challenge too, right? Like is where like, no, I mean, really, like, and it's so obvious, but it's so true in the sense where, okay, I got to get to that. Yeah, I got to get to the finals, right? I got to get past this round. But at the same time, I like, so I'm trying to balance, like, but I need to have something unseen for the finals, right? So it's like this balance of like, how much do I show out to get to the finals versus and not having anything left. You know what I mean? To wow anybody with. Was that the challenge that you kind of found yourself in?
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. Maybe just we weren't paying attention enough. I really don't know, but like the competition itself was practice day, semifinals, finals, and the day of the semifinals, we just didn't know how it was going to go down. Like again, it wasn't really like specified. And when it was being said, again, maybe we just weren't alert or none of us were picking up where they were putting down. But they said there was going to be 3 rounds, right? So we're thinking, we're going to go once, we're going to go twice, we're going to go 3 times. They're going to vote on that. And that just wasn't the case. They went 1 time and they just split, like each team got 1 chance basically, but they're splitting the total of teams into 3 rounds. So this bunch of teams is 1 round, this bunch of teams is 1 round, this bunch of teams is 1 round. Not every team gets 3 chances, and we didn't know that. So we were like, let's go really light on this first round. Let's go, a little more mediocre the second round. Let's just, do some crazier stuff the third round. And that was our philosophy. So we did that, not knowing the 2 other rounds just don't exist. So we only went light. Like that is all that they got to see. Like, don't get me wrong, what we did good. But again, we just went super, super light. And I mean, as soon as we found out that was all we got, we were like, oh shoot. Like I was like, the first thing I said to them was like, did we go too light? After we found out that there's not, more chances. And that seemed to be the case because, I mean, we didn't even qualify. So.
And you're like, no, wait, I got this whole other bag of tricks, man. Like,
yeah. No, yeah, we didn't even get to throw down on. Yeah, exactly.
So I know that, I had Ben Sewell on the live last night and I know that like Michelle was watching and she was kind of chiming in a little bit too. And she knows this for sure that like that there definitely are areas of improvement as far as like creating a rule book, you know what I mean? Like I think like if I'm Skate Society, right? Like I'm a member of Skate Society and I say, okay, well, I'm throwing my hat in the ring for Showdown at O-Town. I'm hoping that I'm going to get like emailed to me, an itinerary with the rules and you know what I mean? And all this kind of stuff. Right. And I think that right. I said, you would think, okay. And look,
you would think.
So yeah. And look, and I think that a lot of these things though too are, because people are doing this. Just people, like just
humans,
like I've never, you know what I mean? Like I'm not it's not like a board, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's not the RSA or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I think that what happens is like, over time, you just are like kind of fixing things. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably something that gets better every year. It really, really sounds like this rule book, though, and like the expectations of criteria is a major focus for like Michelle and Joe and those guys moving. Like, I think
I love to hear that.
Yeah, I think it's great. And
Yeah, I love to hear
you
that.
know, so I don't, yeah, I want to, like, you know, and you're not sore about the thing at all. I know that we've talked, and you know what I mean? I want to make sure that yeah, that's understood, that like, it just is
100%.
what it is, man. It's going to
Yeah.
get better, right?
Oh
It's
yeah.
not perfect. No
There's
one's
more
claiming it is.
competitions. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, yeah. So, and was that like in your mind? Were you immediately like, well, I'm coming back next year?
Oh yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
even a question. Like when we found out that there was a wild card option, like the semifinals day, when they were like announcing who was going and they didn't announce us, we were like, oh snap. Like they had told us that there was a wild card option the next day. So all the teams that didn't make it were going to compete one more time, you know, to find out. Like one more team is going to get a chance basically to go to the finals. And as soon as we knew that, we instantly, like the same day, like seconds after finding out we didn't make it, started working on a whole new routine to do just for that. That had our, you know, best stuff, our coolest bag of tricks. And we literally wrote it down on our arm, like all the way down. You can ask some people that were there, like just so we could remember, because we only had one day versus, you know, however much. Sorry. But no, we instantly got to work on a whole, almost an entire new set, because in the semifinals you had 3 minutes versus a finals 2 to 3 minutes, and our finals set is like 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. So we had like more time to show more stuff, do extra stuff, but still not, you know, dive too deep in what's going on in the finals. And I guess that wasn't enough for the judges, but that's okay.
Be back.
That is okay.
Be back.
100%. 100%.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. So the other thing too is I wonder, man, because like, you know, you say 3 minutes, right? And I bet, and this probably, this is like a thing that you don't know until you get to experience it, right? But like, I gotta wonder, man. I mean, one, when you just add, you know, the adrenaline, kind of the pressure of the moment, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, nerves, whatever, right? 3 minutes is like, even 2 minutes to just go, right? Just go and be like,
Yeah.
Was it a little surprising how kind of maybe tiring or whatever, or just maybe more challenging than you would have assumed, or were you ready for that?
Yeah, good question. I was like, all the days and time beforehand, I was like, you know, oh my God, I'm going to be nervous as soon as I get on that floor. Oh my God, I'm probably going to be like, you know, tweaking as soon as I get on the floor. But that wasn't the case. Shockingly. Like, I think just getting there, the first day initially, breaking the ice, skating with all the people, being on the floor, just immediately deleted all my nerves.
Okay.
But then when we were actually going on for semifinals, and it was like 3 teams on the floor, we're the first team they announced. So we're the first people that were on the floor. And I think just being so focused on what I'm telling them and how we're communicating just evaporated my whole thoughts of people watching, messing up, just didn't even matter to me. Like I forgot that it was just another session for me. It was a regular skating session, because it was just a practice session basically. Like all the nerves went away, because I mean, no matter the time limit, no matter the anything, like I was just out there, you know, with the bros, you know, throwing down some routines. At the end of the day, that's literally what it was.
Is that time, like the 2 minutes, 3 minutes, is that like basically like a max, or are they saying like you can't go over 3 minutes, or so you don't have to do 3 minutes? Is that how that works?
Again, not really specified. No shade to those people, but no, the 3 minutes for the semifinals is I guess just a song that they picked. It was probably close to 3 minutes long, just a guess. But finals is probably a little more strict, because they say it can be between 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm guessing minimum 2, maximum 3. If I had to guess.
Okay. And I just didn't hear that. Yeah, and I just didn't hear that as a spectator or viewer. Man, I mean, look, you know, we were saying before this, and we're not going to get into a bunch of shit about this, but like, It was dramatic, man. They could have done a documentary. It could have been a Netflix series. I mean, honestly, like somebody should just like be following the team. If someone would have been following all the teams around,
Bro, no, actually,
dude,
bro.
It would have been an amazing documentary to watch.
Just the camera footage from the rink from that event could be a documentary.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely wild. Good and interesting.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. That's also like how I'm talking about this right now. Like, I'm not talking about it as like in judgment to any specific team or person or anything like that. I'm just looking at it as an overall entertainment experience. You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
if you had no idea who these people are and you just watch this thing, there was plenty. There's
so much. There's so much going on. No, yeah, I agree with you. I would watch it back, and I was there. 100%.
Did that? Do you feel like any of that kind of interrupted anything, or do you think?
No, because I think the bulk of it was, I mean, at least on my end, it was after, like directly after, and of course there was some during, but when that was happening, I don't want to say I wasn't involved, because I mean, I was, but like it just seemed like it was separate from me, like in a neutral way,
right,
like, I'm okay with everything almost, so I didn't really have to worry about it affecting, me competing, my boys competing, like, so we were okay. But no, it was it was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I get that, because I've been Switzerland on all of it.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, and because just is what it is. But anyway, we're not gonna go into all that stuff too much. But tell me, because the one thing that and this is another reason I really want to be there for the next one. I was telling Ben about this. Sk8LikeYou's just got to be there for the next one. Because I really want to be able to see. It's really hard. Like, I think anybody that's online watching through someone's live, I really, including myself, okay, it's like any opinions about who won, who didn't win, you kind of just have to let that, like, there was no way that I, at any point, no matter what live I switched to, that I had a really good perspective on everything to be able to make any kind of accurate, judgment.
Even if you could see them all at once. Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah. It just, somebody is always, there's a camera that's always static. So there's like half of what I'm watching is at the other end of the rink where I can barely see what's happening. You know what I mean? So I don't, it's hard to watch and have like a judgment on it. I really didn't. But what, in your opinion, being somebody like being there, what do you think that like Fusion kind of did differently, or kind of set themselves apart, you know what I mean, to take the win?
I think that's a good question. Shout out to Fusion Skate Group, Unique Skates, and DJ B Nasty. But yeah, I mean, just thinking back on like watching it, I get chills, like just from a skater's perspective, because like if you've been to Astro, the very wall and then just the long ways of the floor, I'm at the very middle. Like, our table is at the perfect center. Like, we are the front row, we are the first seat. Like, it is the most perfect view you can pick. And like, I mean, if you saw the event, they're right in front of me. Like, it's two in front of me and then the two behind them when they start. And like, first of all, like when you think shuffle skating, you don't think this formation like at all. You're thinking, in a line on the edge of the floor. And so I'm instantly like, oh no, what's about to happen? And just like the electric music, I want to say it was a Journey into Bass or whatever they had going in the beginning. I could not help but ear to ear smile at their performance. Like it was just like, oh my God, these dudes won. Like within the first 20 seconds, and they haven't even gone to do anything yet. I think it was more the aspect.
They made you feel something. They made you feel something.
No, yeah, like they understood it differently. I really don't know how else to put it. It was, they put on a performance, basically, and we're going there to show off our routines. So it is almost like two different categories of like what we're competing against. So it was just like, there was no way like anybody is touching that, because I mean, like this is a performance versus, hey, let me go do some routines, you know, like
right.
A movie versus the trailer, basically.
Right. It's a not what you say, but how you say it kind of scenario.
Bruh, 100%.
And that was that I could kind of make out as somebody watching, like just from a live, right? Like I was like, okay, well, they brought something different, right? The D
way
word, which
different.
is, I think that's huge and it's important, is they did something different. They set themselves apart, right? You know, so I just wasn't able to see all like the technical aspects of everything, but I immediately knew when they split and they kind of went opposite ways, and I was like, okay, well, they're different. They're different.
Dude, it was so sick.
That's cool though, man. But I think it's really cool though that you even, you know, you're even mentioning too. You're like, look, I watched this thing kind of start and unfold, and you couldn't even help like the smile on your face. And so the immediate thing that I think in my mind is they had people feeling something in that place. Like,
bro, I was so excited. It was like
that's
like a niche video that you would see that's like when cameras didn't exist, and you would see a competition from like back then, but there was a camera there and it's like super blurry footage, but like it was just like a you had to be there moment. It felt like a you had to be there. Like nobody else is just going to be able to get to experience this like in person. Like you're only going to get a camera footage, but like you had to be there.
Yeah, you knew you were in the moment.
Yeah, they made it feel special for sure.
That's cool. It's interesting too is that so like one of the first few episodes that I had, I had Skaters R Us on, a videography team from down that area, and they knew people involved in Showdown in O-Town and everything, and this was just after. I want to say it was just after, or just I think it was just after that one. Might have been just before. I don't know. No, I think it was just after, because I know this. Skaters R Us were on here predicting Fusion for the next one. Because I had asked them, I said, okay, well, I said, who are you guys thinking about? Who do you want to see? Like whatever, you know? And they were like, we think that, right? Because, you know, at that point too, like Bont was just like every year. It was like
back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they were like, no, we like, I think it was a home team kind of thing, whatever. And I'm not trying to like, this isn't any type of conspiracy thing. It's just these guys were just like that's the team they were feeling, but they had mentioned it like a year ahead.
Way back.
I'm glad to see that. Yeah. I'm glad to see that like their work paid off for them and stuff. They're going to actually, we're working on getting them on here.
I seen that. I'll be there.
In a couple weeks.
That's so dope.
So it was cool, man. And look, things gotta switch up a little bit. Like I'm like all that did was because if you're there right this year as a competitor or whatever, like like next year, this can't just be a routine. Like we gotta like something's gotta be different. There has to be a wow factor. There has to be, you know, kind of like, that whole thing, right? Like it's which is cool because it just makes everyone step up. You know what I mean? Like that's the hope. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've put in
you already got ideas. You already got ideas.
I put in a little bit of thought. Yeah. Like, I don't even know how else to put it, but like, it just feels like it's like seeing that has like awoken something, like something I didn't even think could be possible. Like I'm
Good.
thinking in those directions now. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so right. And like, I almost just want to revolutionize what's going on. It feels like to that extent.
Well, and that honestly, like, is, I would hope, and whether or not it's the intent or not, I'm glad it is the result, right? Because
100%.
I was in Nashville talking with Michelle, and look, the fact is in Orlando, that shuffle scene among younger people is just exploded. It's huge, man.
Yeah.
And I like, and it's not to say that it's not happening in other places. It really is. But I mean, it's like, there's just so many kids, like younger people, not just kids, but just younger adults and kids, like just doing it at such a level. And this thing is just another component to that, man, that look what we're talking about. You're literally saying it awoken something in me to start thinking about things I hadn't even thought about before, or, hey, this is possible now. Right.
Yeah.
So like, that's the hope of all this. So no matter, as we kind of fumble through making it right and getting it dialed in and all that kind of stuff, it's still doing what it should be doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
If you do a competition and people aren't walking away like, oh, next year, then your competition isn't shit. But if your competition literally has people walking out, either competitors walking out like, oh yeah, I'm next year, or maybe even spectators, oh, next year. Yeah, and that wait. and I can say for a fact, no doubt, like it had that result for people. So they're doing something right, for sure.
Yeah. No, I can't wait for you to be there next year, bro.
Oh, I'm just watching though. I ain't. I'm just talking my shit.
No, we need a fourth, bro. We need a fourth.
No. You heard
it here. Okay.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst at choreography. It's not even.
I feel you. It's mostly off the top for me too, but I just take what's off the top and just make other people do it. My guys,
learn this.
Yeah. No, they do the same thing. But no, yeah, I literally can't wait for the next one. Good and neutral, good and interesting for the other people, for spectators, for us, for you, for everybody that's gonna be there that hasn't been there. Make it as big as it has been. Make it as big as it could be, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, I mean, we've done like about an hour 20 so far. Is there anything that you wanted to make sure you mentioned? Anything you wanted to throw out there, promote, shout out, whatever, man? Anything we didn't cover that you wanted to? If not, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be, I don't know what this is coming to mind, but I'm going to be going live on TikTok way more, just regularly. Just because, whether it's DJing related, whether it's skating related, whether it's chatting about skating, 99% of the time it's going to be skating related. I'm going to be at a skating rink or touching a skate, holding a skate, fixing a skate, whatever. All that stuff. But no, yeah, check out Skate Society.
Tell
all the things.
Yeah. So what is it on TikTok? Where can people see you on TikTok?
So my personal is the same on every platform. It's my last name, first initial, Karejwa, Karejwa, J, DJ Daddy.
Cool. Make sure to check him out on TikTok. He's going to be live more.
Yeah.
Eddie Parrish is always telling me I got to do it way more.
Bro, you should, especially with this in the background right here, like this view. You got to be live more. Because you can get it going on computers too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Whenever I'm at the rink, I never go live because I'm just skating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah.
100%. I think people, yeah, it's funny how many more people actually tune into a live of me sitting here just
Bruh.
talking shit.
Yeah, for real. No, yeah. After O-Town, I was like, okay, we don't have to really practice as much. We don't got to do anything. We just go to the rink and maybe relax, have fun. We don't have to try anything. Let me throw on a few lives. And I think that's what's getting me in there. Like whether I'm skating or not, just have a live on. Why not?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, look, man, this has been fun, man. I don't have anything else for you, man, but I appreciate you coming on. This was good.
No, thank you for having me.
All right, man. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you again, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You as well.